Welcome to the Crimson Tide Connection, your home for Crimson Tide sports, and I'm joined today by the head coach of the Alabama women's basketball team, Wendell Hudson. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Good to be here, Chris.
Coach, your team had a bye week before heading into Auburn, where you lost 70-53. You were unable to overcome some first-half shooting woes. Just kind of talk about that game, but the team did come back in the second half and finally started making a few shots, but just couldn't make them there in the first half.
Well, Chris, it was so frustrating because we had really good looks. I mean, wide open looks. I mean, we went back and, of course, last night watched the film, and you sit there and you think, okay, that's what you run your offense for. Mm-hmm. You get wide open looks, but sometimes you don't shoot the basketball. And Shantae Myers has been shooting the basketball really well for us, and Auburn was playing the zone, and boy, she had some really good looks, but that happened. What I'm really proud about the team was we got down, got ourselves in a hole, but didn't ever quit. Came back in the second half and cut it to where we thought we could have a manageable spot there, and stole the ball a couple of times, and then those shooting woes kind of crept back in and couldn't get it done. But as far as effort, the team played hard.
Well, the one thing you have to be proud about, as you said, they were getting some open looks, so that has to please you from an offensive standpoint. Just when they can finally start knocking those shots down, it's going to be a pretty good thing.
Well, you got to make shots. I mean, that's the game of basketball. I mean, and I thought defensively, look at the turnovers. Auburn had about 18, 20 turnovers, and they gave us the ball at the times we needed to have it. And but you just got to make shots, and they made shots, and then there's a couple of shots they made, especially in the first half, and we were shaking our heads at the staff like, okay, that's the shot you wanted that one to take, and she was falling out of bounds and made the shot.
Sometimes they just make them.
That's just the game of basketball.
Well, Coach, you still have a lot to play for as far as the SEC tournament is concerned. Pretty much from 6 to 13, it's all kind of jumbled up. Ole Miss won't be going because they're under a self-imposed ban. But you're going to have a play-in game for the 12th and 13th seed now that they've added. So it's kind of paramount to you don't really want to have to play your way into that next day. So there's still a lot to play for, right? Right.
Well, you have 4 games left, and 6 and 10 in the SEC, and that's what we talked to the team about last night. 7 and 9 would have been great, before we played the game. But you're going to be playing for seeding in the SEC tournament. There's a jumble down there in between that other group. You want to be out of that group, and you got a lot of things to play for. Plus, you get in the SEC tournament and a couple wins, you never know what could happen.
Right. Well, Coach, this weekend you host a couple of games in Mississippi State on Thursday on the road, and then you return home on Sunday to host the Florida Gators. Kind of talk about that matchup first with Mississippi State.
Well, Mississippi State is in that jumble down there with everybody, and so they're going to be hungry and eager. But I think, like I said, we've done a lot of good things in the shots that we're coming up with. And defensively, I think we got a pretty good game plan to kind of hopefully keep them from shooting the ball as well as some of the other teams. And it's just a matter of making shots and staying on the plan. And I think that for Mississippi State, we'll do that. And against Florida, we played them before, and probably one of our worst games that we played all year on the road, at least, was played at Florida. And so our team understands that and feel like, they're kind of in that jumble also down there. So we got a lot of jumble games that we got to get through, and if we can get through those and play on a consistent basis, we'll be okay.
And you said on Sunday you host the Gators, so you said this team plays with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement, and that would be helped by a big crowd out there on Sunday. So you want the crowd to come out.
Well, it's always helpful to have a good crowd out, and I think that the fans have supported us, and it's been a loud place. I was talking to the Arkansas coach after the game. He said, "Man, this place is loud in here," and so we've had a good and a vocal crowd. So it's been a good situation, and I do appreciate the fans coming out, and we need them to come out and support us.
That's Mississippi State on Thursday, and then Florida here at home on Sunday. Good luck, Coach, this weekend.
Thank you, Chris.
For head coach Wendell Hudson, I'm Chris Freeland, and that's it for this edition of the Crimson Tide Connection.